Today I finished Metroid Prime 4 with 100% completion, and here are my final thoughts. I mentioned in a recent video I was very conflicted on how I felt about this game about 2/3 of the way through, and wouldn't you know, I still felt that way when credits rolled. I think the easiest way to lay out my final thoughts is mechanically, I think the game is great. Structurally, I think it's not so great. For example, the 5 main areas were all really interesting visually and super detailed, but I didn't think exploring them was anything special because they rarely let you go off the beaten path. Bosses were a good challenge and were fun to learn and overcome, but it felt like they all drug on too long. Samus's badass new motorcycle, the Viola, felt good to boost and drift around on, but it was mainly in a mostly empty desert. It just felt like for every good thing the game had going for it, something got in the way. The NPC characters were kind of whatever to me, not really adding to or taking away from the game in any significant way. But at the end of the game, I did end up liking them overall, even if Miles McKenzie popping up to tell me where to go every time I tried to explore what little there was to explore in the desert did get annoying. I do think the main big bad of Silux was kind of lame. Having not played any of the other Prime games outside of Prime 1, I felt like I really didn't understand his beef with Samus or what his motivations were, and even after finishing the game, I still don't really know what his deal was. At the end of the day, even with all my complaints, I still had a pretty good time with Metroid Prime 4. I mean, I did 100% it, so even if it didn't check all the boxes for me, I was obviously having fun. If there was a little more to the level design, this game would have shined a lot more in my eyes, but the lack of that was my main sticking point. But what we got was still pretty fun. I would score it somewhere between a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I'll have to sleep on it.